listening to the Paulus Phonics program on 92.3 FM. And yes, tonight we're doing a special episode which is about all about the Queensland floods. And yes, Easy, what do you think about the floods actually?
It's just horrible to watch in the news. It's devastating looking at how these people, they lost everything that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So, it will take them years to recover, rebuilding the city and get their life back on track.
Yes. Yep. To donate to the Premier's Flood Relief Appeal, please call 1-800-219-028. And tonight with us, not in the studios but on the line, we do have TJ, and TJ is currently in Brisbane or in Queensland. Am I right? Hi, TJ.
Hey, how you going, guys?
I'm good. So, yes. Can you hear us clearly?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear us clearly?
I can now, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And can you tell us what is the situation of the floods like in Queensland?
Well, what more can I say? It's just utter devastation. Parts of Brisbane look like it's a war zone. Cars have flipped onto their roofs. A few houses ripped from their foundations. It really is horrific.
And how about the situation like in the city? Do you live, which part of Queensland do you live in?
I live in a town called West End. It's about a 5-minute walk from the CBD. The CBD was actually closed for a few days since Tuesday night, I believe. I live just across the bridge from the CBD, so around the corner from my house I can see almost all the way into the city, and most parts of the road were submerged underwater.
Mm-hmm. And so, what's this city like? What is the CBD? It's just submerged underwater. I suppose none of the offices and all that it was open and such. It was all closed.
Well, most parts were submerged underwater. When the water has receded now, and it's just left a thick blanket of mud everywhere. The streets smell really bad of just silt and mud, and just it's really bad. It's words can't really explain.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like for you? Did you need to evacuate, and what were the procedures like?
Well, I was only a little affected. I live only one street away from the Brisbane River, so early Wednesday morning there was a fair bit of water in my street. So Wednesday afternoon the SES came by the house and told us it was best that we leave as the king tide was on its way. So, as you guys know, the river peaked Thursday night, so my entire street went underwater. Luckily for me, my house is actually on stilts. So the water reached about a quarter of the way up my staircase into the house, but my yard is roughly a metre off road level. So we're looking at roughly 2 metres of water in my street alone, so yeah.
So is there any food shortage or any power issues that you experience at the moment right now?
I think it was roughly 10 a.m. Wednesday morning, the Brisbane City Council actually cut power to most of West End where I live. So yeah, the power went out early Wednesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So how about food supply? Can you go anywhere to get something to eat, or you just basically eat from what you have at home?
Well, that was the craziest thing. Tuesday afternoon, at the end of my street is a Coles supermarket. I went in there Tuesday afternoon, to grab a few things, a few supplies, and it was packed out. And I went to go get milk. There was no milk left. Bread, there was no bread left. People just went into a state of high panic and grabbed whatever they could. And yeah, so after that, I thought, I'd go back Wednesday morning. I went Wednesday morning, and everything was just shut. Nothing was open. Everyone was preparing for the Thursday night peak.
Mm-hmm. And what is the situation like in the evacuation centres? Have you been inside the evacuation centre yourself?
I was very lucky. My dad lives down on the Gold Coast, so that's where I've been for the last few days at my dad's house. I do have a few friends in evacuation centres, and spirits are surprisingly high there. Everyone in the centres are pretty much all in the same boat, you know. So there's this great sense of camaraderie amongst everyone. Everyone's, you know, pitching in to lift each other's spirits, and the Salvation are there. They're handing out food, feeding everyone. So as bad as it kind of sounds, the evacuation centres are almost a home away from home.
And how are the people coping?
Well, as well as you can be in a situation like this. People have lost everything they've worked so very hard for in their lives. They've lost houses, cars, and unfortunately some people have lost family and friends.
So how do you keep up to date to the current situation about the flood?
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
So how do you keep up to date with the current information about what's going on about the flood? Do they like announce it on the radio? Or?
Well, yeah. At the moment, I'm not sure how it's like in the media for you guys down in Victoria and Melbourne and that, but it's all over the news 24 hours a day here at the moment. It's all over the radio, so it's the information you need to get. You can pretty much switch on a radio, switch on a TV, or even jump online.
Okay, so you don't have any issues like with mobile coverage or anything like that over there in case if you need to make emergency calls?
Well, the Queensland government asked that everybody stay off their mobile phones unless it was really important, you know, to make a phone call. That way the towers weren't getting inundated with calls, you know, for, you know, no reason. So they asked that everybody stay off their mobile phones, and so I guess that's the way that people were getting through to family and seeing if they were okay.
Have you heard about any people that you know personally badly affected by it, and what's their situation like?
I've had friends up north that they were fine, but I have some close friends. They have family in Rockhampton, and unfortunately when Rockhampton went underwater, they lost everything. Their whole house was submerged underwater. It's just a freak of nature. It's, you know, inland tsunamis. It's crazy to think about that it happened. It shouldn't. People thought it couldn't happen, and Mother Nature's just unleashed her wrath and said, yeah, you know, I can do this.
How do you think the media could play a role in helping out with the Queensland floods?
Well, they've got the flood relief donation line that I think you guys read the number out for that a little earlier on, but the number is 1-800-219-028. So if the media can keep, you know, getting that message out there, that's going to help a lot. People know the number to donate, so hopefully people can donate money. Donations just tipped $55 million that people have donated, but you know, I saw a news report last night. The news reporter said that damage has gone into the hundreds of millions. Possibly it could tip, you know, over $1 billion in damage.
So, thanks very much for that report, TJ. And yes, we hope that all goes well in Queensland, and recovery efforts will, you know, kick in very shortly, and hopefully, you know, you guys will be back to normal in time to come.
Yeah, thank you. Apparently it's going to take, they're predicting roughly 2 years.
2 years,
to
that's
rebuild.
right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, the most touching moment for me is when Anna Blight just, you know, burst into tears when she was talking in the news conference. That was just very hard for me to watch as well, you know, the premiere. And there's no more politics going there. It's just everyone trying to help each other to get back to normal.
Yeah, I generally see myself as a tough kind of bloke, and watching people get back, or like they've shown images of people returning to their homes and just seeing utter devastation, and it brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
People have lost family, friends, and it's a tearjerker.
Yeah. Well, our thoughts and prayers to everyone that's affected there, TJ. And thank you again for joining us in the polyphonic program tonight. And we hope we can help to raise some money as well through our program.
Great.
Okay, thanks,
Great.
DJ.
Thanks. Good night, guys.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
Bye.
So
3ZZZ send his thoughts and love to Queensland at this troubled time. The Queensland Government has launched an appeal to help our interstate friends affected by the recent floods. Many communities have been and continue to be devastated. Some families have lost everything. You can help make a difference by donating to the Premier's Flood Relief Appeal. Please go to www.3zzz.com.au and follow the
Little baby, don't you cry, everything's gonna be alright. Stiffen that up, pull it up, little lady. I told ya, daddy's here to hold ya through the night. I know mommy's not here right now, and we don't know why. We feel how we feel inside. It may seem a little crazy, pretty baby, but I promise mama's gonna be alright. It's funny.